why is Java architectural neutral? Why is Java called as architectural neutral? Is that nothing but it doesn't depend on the architecture. System architecture, it doesn't depend. It is neutral. It can be used anywhere. That is why we used to call Java as ORA. Write once, run anywhere, because of the architecture neutral. How can I say that Java has enabled the high performance? Because of what can we say that Java has enabled high performance? It's because of just-in-time compiler. Yes, of course, it's with respect to the JVM itself, but the work which is done, this is the compiler which does this job. Okay, just-in-time compiler is that particular program that turns Java bytecode, okay, into the one which is interpreted by the processor. Is it clear? Just-in-time compiler. Because of this just-in-time compiler, we can say Java has enabled high performance. Yes, it is a part of JVM, but what is the work? JVM does many work, so out of which one part of it is just-in-time. Why Java is considered dynamic? Because it can be used in any of the platform, like any of the different things. We can say that Java is dynamic, or I can say like it is designed to adapt to an evolving environment, because whatever the processor or whatever the architecture you're going to take, it will involve in that, or it will adapt to those things. That is why we can say it is a dynamic one. That's a very simple thing. Okay. What is the instance variable? Instant variable are those variables which is inside the class but not inside any of the methods. Okay, it's outside the method. So I can say those instance variable are those variables which will be instantiated, or which will whose instance will be created when the class is loaded. But when when you're going to give it inside the function, it will not get loaded, or it will not be instantiated. So if it is not getting instantiated when the class is loaded, we cannot say it's the instance variable. So it has to be outside any of the method within the class. What do you mean by synchronized non-access modifier? Yes, other than access modifiers, Java, it will also provide the modifiers for the functionalities, right? Now, why is this synchronized use? Yes, only one thread can be accessed at a time. Okay, not more than one thread can be used if you're going to give it as a synchronized non-access modifier. Only one thread can be used at a time. It cannot do the multitasking. You cannot use this particular variable for different threads. It can be used only for the one thread. If that work is done by one thread, then you can access by the other, and it can be accessed by the other. Yes, this is a very simple question. According to Java operator precedence, which operator is considered to be with highest precedence? It's a very simple question, guys. Yes, of course, the brackets. Either it can be a open bracket or it can be a big bracket. Why is string class considered immutable? What's the meaning of immutable? Yes, cannot be changed. Mutable is can be changed. Immutable is cannot be changed. Yes, why string class considered immutable? I can say that string object, once it is been assigned, it cannot be changed. Why? Because it since it is immutable, it can be easily shared between many threads. You can share this string to any of the threads. Multi-thread operation can be done with the string class, because if you're going to send any value, none of the threads can edit this string, right? So it will remain the same. So they can just copy it, but they cannot edit it. That is why we can say that string class is a very important thing for multi-thread programming. Multi-thread programming, string class will be used, not the other one. Other one, what are the other one? String buffer or string builder, right? We cannot use that for multi-thread programming. Why? Because if one person or if one thread is going to change it, it will affect the other one. Why string buffer called mutable? Yes, they can be edited. Yes, now if you want to edit something from the string class, is how can you do that? You have to convert the string class to either string buffer or string builder. You have to convert it. Only after conversion you can edit it, or else you cannot edit it. Yes, which package is used for pattern matching with regex regular expression? Which package is used? Java.util.regex, right? Java.util.regex package will be used. Yes, what is the finalize method? Finalize say something which is last, right? I can say that this method, okay, will be called, this method, this finalize method will be called just before the object's final destruction. The final destruction of the memory is there. At that time, this particular method will be called. Now, if you're going to use this finalize method, if you're going to use this, now I can say that if this finalize method is going to work, if this finalize method is going to work, then I can ensure that the object has terminated cleanly. There was no problem with the termination. Can I say that if this method is being called? Right? So it is being called, or it is being used to ensure that object has been terminated very clean. Just to make sure that there was no problem in the termination of the object. Okay, what do you mean by checked exceptions? If you're going to get any exception during the compile time, those things are called as checked exceptions. Okay, after the exception is being checked, still if you're going to get any exception, so at that time it is called as checked exception, and that occurs during the compile time. Now, what about a runtime exception? So any type of exception that was not checked by the programmer, right? Or I can say indirectly unchecked exceptions. So this is nothing but like the programmer might have avoided this type of exception. So that is nothing but runtime exception. And these type of exception, runtime exceptions, this type of exception will be ignored during the compile time. Okay, it will give us just warning and it will get ignored. Yes. The next one, how finally is used under exception handling? Any more questions? How finally is used in exception handling?
So finally, it is a block which gets executed no matter how many exceptions occur in a program.
Okay. No matter how many exceptions is going to occur, it's going to work out. Okay.
So the code which must run after exceptions is put
Yes.
in finally.
Yes. After all the blocks, it must execute. Yes, fine. I can say that a finally block code always executes, whether there is an exception or there is not exception. It doesn't depend on the exception. If the exception is there or not, finally will execute finally. Finally, that's nothing but at last. When super keyword is used, this is a very simple question. There are two methods, the same method, one in the parent class and one in the child class. And if we don't want to access the method from the child class, of course, we'll be using the super keyword to access the method of the parent class. Yes, what is polymorphism? Polymorphism, many forms. Yes. One class might be a parent to the other one, and at the same time, it can be a child to the other. All right. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching, and for more updates on similar videos, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.